Hi Rick, this is your Gorgar CPU board that came in, and it was just not booting or it wasn't retaining memory. So what I did to it was I pretty much bulletproofed this thing. I replaced all the 0.156 headers all the way around, the socket for the processor, one, two, three, four sockets here for the 3 ROMs and the 6810. And I installed the NVRAM, as we had talked about. I combined all of the 3 prior Gorgar ROMs into a single 2716, and then you have to install this jumper here to make that work properly. I also added a filter cap here on the 5-volt input, so it should be good to go. Let's boot it up. And that's a normal boot. The displays are cycling, or player 1 is between the last high score to date and 0. The lamp matrix is operational, and the only coil that is on is the coin door lockout coil. Of course, this is my driver board, and I know that it's working. I've added a blanking signal to it. So let's put the CPU into test. And the first test is display test. And you can see that the 6821 on the CPU board is driving that display test just perfectly. The next test is lamp matrix test. And you can see that it is driving the driver board perfectly to light all the lamps. The next test is solenoid test. That was 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll test all 16 coils, and then it'll go through the special solenoids. The coin lockout one will turn off as it passes that. So you can see that all of those are working properly, and I have raked the input. That's a function of the driver board, but to make sure that the special solenoid inputs work. Next test is switch test, and those actually come in from the driver board also, that connector right there. Got my Pennytech tester here, and I'll go down column 1 and row 1 as far as it goes for Gorgar ROMs. There we go. So that's all working properly. And this would be, I'm sorry, it's gone back to audits and adjustments, so I'm going to cycle through those very quickly. Actually, I'm just going to reboot it. And we're back up and running. Now here's your soundboard. And what I did for this one is I replaced all the sound caps on it and the headers on it, and it's good to go. Also, I did check these sockets on this board, and they're just fine. Although I am going to check this one after I'm done with this video. And so what I'm going to do is ground some of the inputs, and you'll be able to hear the outputs. This will be fun. So that's all working properly. Let's press the test button. Alright, so that's enough of that. That's as much as I can test without having the speech board attached here. I did add a jumper temporarily. I'll cut that off before I send it back to you. This board set is good to go, so I'm going to get this thing packed up and get it back on out to you. Thank you so much.